Hey guys, welcome back to Scott's Speed Shop, and today we are on the BarelyCUDA. Oh yeah, and it's raining. For once it's not 100 degrees, it's only like 70 or 80. It's pretty nice for once. But the garage is full of tractor parts that are all freshly painted. And I went out to my buddy Dan's place, and I meant to just buy a set of taillights, and I think I bought every pair of taillights known to man. These I think are all 67s. This finish panel here is 67. There was only one 68 tail light, and it has no lens. So guess what I'm doing? I'm putting 69 tail lights in this because I think they look better. And I got a 69 finish panel. So don't mind me as I'm going to drill some holes in this mint condition trunk lid to mount the 69 tail panel. But yeah, we got Anna actually inside the BarelyCUDA. She's cleaning the windshield because that's what girls do best, right?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. The windshield also really needed cleaned, and now you can actually kind of see through there. But we're just doing some odds and ends stuff for right now, making it look more like a car. We're going to figure out how we're going to mount these doors and everything, how they had them, and try and recreate that. I also got a couple of flip-top gas caps to put back on there. They're not going to be functional, but at least they'll be covering a hole. Also bought a steering wheel from Dan. It might go in the car, I don't know yet. Not really big fan of the wheel that's in there. Oh, and the column is a later A-body. This is the proper A-body column, and it's blue too. Go through this, rebuild it, clean it up. We'll put that in the car so at least they'll have a correct style column, and it's a smooth column at that, so nobody can bitch about me not having the right column. And I also picked these up from my buddy Dan. You don't know what these are, you're not well educated in B-bodies. This is the front bumperettes for a 70 Charger. They're 1 year only, and it's the one thing I've been missing off that car for a lot of years. And it's always kind of bugged me. I never planned on putting them on if I ever got a set. Now I have a set, and they're not in bad shape. This is just some goo that'll clean off, and those will polish up beautifully. But got them now. They're mine. They're not going anywhere in case I decide to put them on. But yep. We're going to do a little bit of work on the old BarelyCUDA and see what we get done, see how we can make it look. Because, sorry guys, for anybody who likes limelight green or sublime, I am not into that color. I'm just not into high impact colors, really. I'm not really into B5 blue either, but it's a curse. It's a serious curse. Thanks, Ryan. Barsness. So, no offense, Ryan. You got me started on something. So yeah, we're going to drill this trunk lid, put the 69 stuff on it. Do it again, Anna. That was funny from out here.
The whole thing moves.
Well, what do you expect? It's a shell of a race car.
It like moves like hardcore.
Oh, look at that freaking door. The car weighs nothing. It's all gutted.
I wasn't even scrubbing hard.
I saw you. You were scrubbing that thing like a 13-year-old who just discovered his pee-pee for the very first time.
No, I wasn't.
You totally were.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't even scrubbing hard. And the whole thing moves.
That was scrubbed. That was like heavy petting. That was seriously heavy petting. Be gentle. The weirdos of the internet are going to see that and they're going to get overexcited. And then they're going to be asking me when you're going to start an OnlyFans, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah. But I know some of them, I know some people make a lot of money. Now, I will say this.
Really?
Anna is against the idea, but you know what? I'm not above that. So if anybody wants to subscribe to my OnlyFans, I'll start one. Okay, with that nightmare fuel over with, I'm going to put some holes in this deck lid so we get this thing fitted. Alrighty, well, there's that piece of trim. We got to get some more of these special little clips so that's held down. And unfortunately, just the way the trunk is set up, that's just the fit and finish. Well, that's the fit and finish. You have to live with it, people. 69 on a 68, who cares? And I got the glass mostly clean. Let's see how it dried. She got most of the streaks off of it. It was heavily streaked, and actually there was a bunch of like brown dookie that fell off the windshield. It was pretty gross.
It was.
But,
It was like
liquid dookie? Yeah, it was liquid dookie. The dookie.
That's pretty good about cleaning that stuff off.
Oh, she's a girl. She's not good at getting streaks off the windshield.
She did wonders on my van.
Because you find streaks that don't exist.
What are those? Look, come over here, Dad. Look at the camera lens. What are those?
I see streaks.
Thank you. Mother would not be proud of you right now. Mom would just be like, how dare you? And she'd slap you by the face. And then Mom would get in there and actually, this sounds like Anna's my sister. That ain't right.
No.
But Mom would slap the shit out of you and she'd go in there and she'd clean it right. But
Good for her.
while you're here, Anna, what do you think of the BarelyCUDA?
It's barely a car.
I just like it every time I say BarelyCUDA,
Whatever
she
the
giggles.
Plymouth sticker.
I don't know. Anna must have wiped it too hard.
Go on, Anna.
Don't wipe it too hard. That's the only thing giving this car horsepower.
That's the go fast sticker.
That's the only reason why I bought the car was its sticker. Otherwise,
I didn't fuck with the sticker.
Yeah, you did. You were cleaning it. I saw you. I saw you when you were vigorously rubbing the windshield like a 13-year-old first discovered his wiener.
I literally just did this number, and the whole car sways back and forth.
I don't believe her. Nobody believe her.
Whatever.
But regardless of Anna's vigorous cleaning that's leaving streaks everywhere, we have taillights, at least in the back of it right now. If I can't get some side marker lights for this thing cheap, I'll probably just make something on the lathe, to be quite honest. But I'm going to go ahead and put one of my gas fillers on there so it's a little more complete. And then when it's not raining, figure out how we're going to remount the doors. Like I said, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to grind the floor out. It's going to be all pour 15. But first, I'm going to do some reinforced welding on the cage. There's some places where they didn't get it all the way, like on the very tip top up here. There's just a small gap. Try and get that welded up. And like I said, just touch up a few places, tie it in. You see that little hole right there where they had seam sealer where the subframe connector is. I'm going to bridge all that in. And just try and make it as stronger or strong as possible. And of course, we got to find ourselves a rear end. And get all that done, which I don't know if you guys can see this, but yeah, now we're talking about inboarding the springs. You see those holes hanging down? That's on the inside of the frame rail where they moved them seriously inboard. What are you saying?
I said you're mad you have paint splatter.
Oh yeah, I'm not happy with how that turned out. But oh well. Alright, so I'm gonna keep working on stuff and we'll check in. Alright, welcome back guys. I apologize if my face or my face always looks weird, but I apologize if my voice patterns are weird. I had a crown put on one of my teeth. This whole side of my face is still numb. However, that aside, tail panel trim piece is on. And yes, it's a 69 on a 68 car. Do I care? Kind of, but not really. Got some clips, got them screwed on. The stud style, the original ones up there. Ann and I got that fitted perfectly. I still got to bolt the taillights in, but looking like a car again. What I'm doing is I'm cleaning everything out of the garage because I got some re-welding to do. I'm going to grind out the entire floor with a wire wheel and clean it all up so I can pour 15 it. But there's places like this is welded here, not great, but it's welded. Here, not at all. I'm fixing that. And I'm going to make this as solid as I can. So I want to put this thing in the garage so I can do all my work in there because I don't want to really mess with trying to wheel the MIG welder out there because that's never fun. Plus, whenever a car's in here, it looks really cool. It's a really cool setting to take some photos. So I'm going to get this thing pushed forward, get it rolled into here because this thing weighs almost nothing. Of course, watch now. The one time I'm going to go to roll this, and it's going to be like the hardest rolling car in the world. Oh, dang it. Get out of here. This is what you do when you just lose all sense of cleaning. You just start kicking things until they're out of the way. All right. BarelyCUDA, get in here. All right. The BarelyCUDA's in here, and let me tell you, it always looks freaking cool. Let me just give you my sight here. Yeah. Looks cool. I'm a little crooked, but it's okay. The car won't be in here for very long. Maybe a day or two. So, get my seat pulled back out that my niece and I put in because she likes these old cars. She likes playing with them. So, actually, she got her name signed in Jezebel's door. She seems to think that I told her at one time she can have that car when she's old enough to drive. I told her she pays me for what I got invested in the car, she can have it. So, I'm keeping the car. Alright, time to work on this floorboard, make it look really nice. Alrighty guys and gals, so shop vac is dead. Put it up there by the trash can. It will barely even pick up a piece of dirt, let alone rust and rocks and anything else, so it don't matter. Got Anna here again. She is taping up the grill for Dad's tractor, which we're going to get painted. That's the last piece of paint for that. I am having a heck of a time with the old welder. It's been a long time since I used this MIG welder. But we're getting all that actually welded together. I know that don't look very good, but at least it's actually attached. Whereas before, I mean, it was that stuff. And mine ain't much better than that, but at least it's a solid bead, basically. So there were some pretty big gaps. I think right there the gap was about yay big. So I'm bridging those, and then, you know, I'll do a little bit there, a little bit here, and then slowly gap them together and run a tack and a tack and a tack and a tack and a tack, and then start filling those in, and then do one big solid bead, weld them together. It's got to be better than nothing. So I'm just bridging all the gaps, filling all of it up. This is now actually solid right here instead of flexing around. So, and I also took my chair, and this milk crate is they just don't make them like they used to. We'll just say that much. Ain't because I'm fat or I'm overweight. It's because they just don't make milk crates good anymore. Alright, well, I'm going to get back to welding, and next time you'll see this interior is probably when it's fully welded up nice. I will show you this. Kind of neat. You can see over the years, that's brazing right there. And then you got stuff like, well, this crap. A little nicer crap there. Let's see, where was those really nice welds? Oh, right there. It's kind of weird. It's like 4 different welders. Who knows how many iterations this car's had, which I did get some cool history on the car, which we'll share with you guys later. So stay tuned for that. Alright guys and gals, so we're here with the BarelyCUDA. It is almost 3 a.m. in the morning. Everything that I wanted to re-weld has been re-welded. The subframes are fully welded into the floor, at least on the top side. Had to avoid any kind of brazing work, which, see a little silver spot right there? That's brazing, and I know some of those welds look awful, especially right there, but there was a lot of brass, or brazing rod there, along with lots of heavy rust. So it was a lot of little piece of weld there, little piece of weld there, then bridge them together, then burn them solid. So of course, zoomed in, it actually ain't that bad in person. But that plate back there wasn't fully welded. It is now fully welded. Same thing with that plate up there. It's fully welded now. This one's got a bigger weld on it, stronger weld. And I just used the rest of the seam sealer we had saved back for the van. We used what we needed for the van, and now I just put in the rest of that tube in here, just a couple little baby holes, and just where, like, they put that plate there, and then they put the plate over there. So sorry, it's very smoky in here. Oh, I had all the fans running, but I was sitting there talking to my buddy Brian, and I killed a bunch of them so I could hear him. But seam sealer is going to set up tonight. We'll come back, we'll clean the floor one last time. Then we're going to we'll probably paint the cage. I don't know yet. I ain't decided if we're going to paint the cage first, then pour 15 the floor, if we're just going to pour 15 the floor, and then maybe hand brush the cage. I don't know. I really don't want to get paint on the glass, so I might end up just hand brushing the cage, or just leaving it rusty. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyways, see you guys in the morning. Okay, guys and gals, so the cage is re-gusseted, fully welded in place. There were some gaps, took care of those. Probably can't see too much in there, but also got the cage painted, repainted. All I had was gloss black, so gloss black it was. Some places I couldn't reach, some places I just let it run. Don't care about it looking super nice. All I care is it's not rusty, at least the parts you can see. So that's all done up. This is going to sit here and probably cure up for a couple hours, and then I'm going to come back and wipe down the floor, and then get I got some silver POR 15. I like painting the floorboards kind of a lighter color, like what I did in the Duster and in the van. So we're gonna silver PO4 or POR 15 the floor, and as much as we can, we're gonna probably leave all that stuff back there black. That'll probably get repainted, but yep, that's the next step. So on to that. Alrighty, guys and gals. So before we show you what we got done, I gotta show you this. See this? I'm just a little bit pruny from my gloves, my arms. my face. Don't know how. Other arm. On her chin, on her cheek. No freaking idea. It's okay though. So, the cage is all black, which I think I showed you. But now the floor is completely silver and sanitary. Look at that. Put it in really thick right there where it's going to be high traffic zone, like ex-girlfriend of mine. That's what we used to call her. But yeah, put seam sealer all along that edge, ran it up each of the sides of the wheel tub. And that'll just get black spray paint once I clean that. But yeah, the floor is super sanitary now. Went ahead and did the underside of the trunk because it was just solid rust. And not that I really care, but I had a little bit of paint left over. And kind of once you open this POR 15, you gotta kind of use it. I learned that mistake. Unless you seal it up really good and put it somewhere where it ain't too warm, it'll cure on you in the can. It's bad, don't do that. Never buy the gallon can unless you have a reason to have a gallon of POR 15. Oh, so there's the trunk, what's left of it.
We did all that with one can.
Yeah, that was one can did this. One can actually did the dusters for trunk and roof. We did not do the roof in this. It'll just be black spray paint. I don't really care. So, even did a little bit on the door jambs, which by the way, this car's original color is blue. I pulled off the shifter boot right there and I try not to paint over it, but I got some on there and it's blue underneath there. And as with anything, nobody ever takes that off to paint the floor, so yeah. Alright, well, there's your update. Let all this stuff dry and we'll show you once it's done. Alrighty guys and gals, so here is the next day. Everything's dry and beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful. I love this POR 15, a little bit of paint. It's amazing what it'll do. And no, I am not cutting this cage out. This cage is part of this car's history, and it may be a pain in the butt to get in and out of, but it's part of the history of this car being a drag car. And I got some cool history on the car, but I'm not going to reveal any of that until I maybe get the whole story on the car. I got some pretty neat stuff, like this car used to run in the up in Kearney, Nebraska, or Kearney, Nebraska, depending on how you want to say it. And it was about mid-11, mid-12 car. So back then, that's pretty dang fast. We're working on getting a rear end for this thing. But I'm not going to be able to finish this video like I wanted to, because Jegs, normally I would never bash on Jegs, but this really screwed my entire plans up for this video, because I plan on having the whole cage actually done. And by done, I mean I was going to go ahead and put a 12-point conversion bar that'll run from this dash bar out to the front suspension. And I verified over the course of 2 days, making sure the Comp Engineering 12-point conversion kit was in stock, and it was $100. And I ordered it a couple days ago, and guess what? Went on back order. So not gonna be able to freaking do that now for this video. I'm a little bit irritated about that, just a little bit. So yeah, thanks for that. That's Carla there at Jegs. She said that it should, she verified it for me that it should ship, but it won't ship for quite a while, at least, you know, a few days. So I'm not gonna be able to finish this deal, but you'll see that in the next video. Or I'll go purchase the 12-point conversion from somewhere else. Hopefully they actually have it. I don't know yet. I was hoping to have that done, but we're gonna get that steering column rebuilt, put that in here with the steering, with the other steering wheel. Maybe we'll get some clearance. We'll start working on mounting a seat. We're gonna start taking these door skins and we're gonna maybe fabricate some kind of lightweight track system, just that way a plexiglass window can slide up and down. Or maybe we'll just do what they did, and they got these studs here and they just had the plexiglass screwed into place just like the quarter glass. Don't know yet. Got to find me a hood and whatnot. We're going to be doing a video on engine talk for this thing, like a serious talk, in the near future. But yeah, pretty happy with how this cage deal turned out. And by the way, that's mostly seam sealer down there. That's not just big ugly Gorilla welds, but there is some big ugly Gorilla welds because, well, this is not the most friendly stuff to weld to, and whatever they used to weld with, whatever wire, it wasn't real friendly to weld to. And then you got to be careful with the brazing rod they used, MIG guns, TIG welders don't like brazing rod. But like I said, I didn't really want to end this video like this, but that's just the roll of the dice sometimes with this parts deal we got to deal with anymore. So hope you guys enjoyed this with the BarelyCUDA, and I'm pretty happy with the way the car's looking, and we're gonna get her rocking and rolling here pretty soon. We're gonna start working on engine stuff and rear end, transmission. So as always, guys, I appreciate you for checking out the BarelyCUDA, the second episode on it, and hopefully soon you'll get to see us put together a special engine for this thing. Automatic transmission, get a rear end sorted out for it, and we'll get this thing rocking and rolling once again. So as always, guys, thank you for checking it out. Look forward to seeing the next one. So as always, take care. Bye bye.